Today we are going to be showing you my OMG collection. My collection is just comprised of dolls that I got on sale or I found used or just ones that I really liked that I decided I had to have. I started collecting these at the beginning of 2020. They were actually the first new type of doll that I started collecting since I began my YouTube channel, so that was kind of a cool experience to share myself getting into LOL Surprise and OMG on my channel. Some of these faces probably will seem very familiar to you, but there's also quite a few that I got during my YouTube break or that I've just gotten and not shown. So I hope you enjoy. There are pictures of all of these dolls on my Flickr in the OMG album. If you are interested, feel free to check that out below. You don't need a Flickr to view it. We'll be doing a video on my tots and then another video on like play sets, littles, and pets, because the tots are like a behemoth collection. They needed to be split up, and I figured like some people just like OMG and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get into it. So it wouldn't be appropriate to start this video without showing my very first OMG dolls, who also happen to be in chronological order. These are the Amazing Surprise, Downtown BB, and Uptown Girl. I first saw these guys at Walmart in the clearance section, and I was very intrigued because obviously they didn't have the open style packaging in those days, but you could see the cartoon of them on the front. When I got my Hair Goals L.O.L Surprise tots, I wanted to know more about the big sisters. I did a little bit of Googling and I saw what these two looked like. Fell madly in love. So I think that Downtown BB looks a lot like a live in concert Bratz doll because of the ponytails and then the like split makeup. And I think that Uptown Girl looks like Betty Boop. So one of the things that I really love about this set is that these are the kinds of dolls that we would have really enjoyed playing with as kids because they came in little family units, and I do have all of their like little brothers and sisters and pets, if you're wondering. I did not split them up. It was a sampling pack for me. I wanted to see what everybody was like. The tots with molded hair, the littles, the pets, the big sisters. Holly and I would have really loved this set when we were growing up because we liked playing with our dolls as like families, and we had this one game we used to play with clone dolls called Boarding House, where we used my homemade dollhouse, which was way too small for fashion dolls, but we still used it on them. And I can just envision us having incorporated this pack into that game.
Oh, definitely.
And I would have definitely wanted to play with the more edgy looking doll and family, and Colleen would have wanted the more girly looking doll and family. But the whole game would have been totally dysfunctional because we never played nice. So I just think that it's really funny that even though these are way after my time of growing up, that I can still envision the fun we would have had as kids, and they're still some of my absolute favorites in my collection. They'll never get old.
Downtown BB is definitely my top 5.
Yes. So then we have Shadow. She was my third OMG doll, also from a family pack. I did have a video of me getting this. That was during the pandemic. I ordered her from Amazon Warehouse. This was the very first time I ever ordered from Amazon Warehouse, so I was very nervous about like what it meant by new and damaged packaging. I thought that some stuff might be missing. I ordered it and they were a pretty good deal. Pretty significant amount off. I don't remember, I probably say it in that video. They arrived, it looked like someone just returned it, like they decided they didn't want it, and I was so excited. She reminds me a lot of the Pretty and Punk Bratz line, but in more of like a pink purple color scheme, which I think is really unique. I mean, see, I made her earrings. I think of most when I look at Shadow is when we filmed last year's Christmas skit special, The Bite Before Christmas. I totally forgot her name when I was making the tots cry out for help, and what you didn't see is I edited out. I made her go midnight, and then oh, it's midnight, Shadow, help. So we always have that joke.
We'll be in the car and I'll be like, Shadow, I'm being eaten.
Then we have Dolly. She's from the Winter Disco series. I got her second hand last year in 2021 at the flea market. She was in this bin of dolls we got for $10 that we call the L.O.L Flea Market Surprise Lot, which if you watch my videos, and you may have seen that transformation on them. She was the only OMG in that lot, which made her really cool, and she was my very first second-hand one. And she was missing her factory earrings and her shoes, but she's super cute. She kind of reminds me of Cruella de Vil because she's got the split black and white hair. I did not get her a little sister in that lot, interestingly enough. Lights, Dazzle, and Groovy Babe. They're in one of my episodes of Dolly Diaries from the early fall of 2020. I got them on clearance at Walmart for $11 each, and they actually ended up getting marked down to like, I think $3 or $5 each, but by the time I saw that sale, they were all gone. But they were my 4th and 5th OMG dolls, and at that point, by the time I had these 3, I started to really like them, and I thought they were really cool quality, and I thought, oh, well, that's a pretty good deal, and I love Dazzle's super cool tinseled pink and orange hair, and I made her earrings as well. They're really tacky, but I love it. And she's got these cool freckles that are hearts. She's awesome. But surprisingly, Groovy Babe is one of my absolute favorites in my collection. I love that she's got a very mod look about her, and I don't know, makes her really distinctive. I love things that are very 1960s style. She reminds me of like Barbies from that era. She's so awesome. Jukebox BB. So she was the 2020 special edition. So originally I think this doll retailed for like $45 or $50. So the story goes, I never really paid any mind to Jukebox BB. I would see her in stores and kind of ignore her. Well, one day we were at Target and there wasn't really anything on sale. We were kind of bummed out, and then at the end cap, Colleen saw one Jukebox BB doll fallen over in the clearance section, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna scan her and see how much she costs, because she was the only like OMG in the sale section, and the barcode didn't ring up, it didn't register at all. So she asked an employee, and they said, oh, bring it to the register and they'll give you a deal. Now, I was thinking like, oh, we'll probably get her for like $30 if we're lucky, and I don't really want to pay that. So we get to the register.
But we've been carrying her around, so it's like crap. So if it's more than we want to pay, like, here we are carrying this thing around when we leave it at the register.
So we get to the register. They all have like cell phones and stuff that they use, and she's looking on the Target website, and obviously she's not listed on the Target website anymore. And I think because she wasn't a doll collector or a doll person, she didn't compare her price to other OMGs. Instead, she went by the BB and was comparing it to the All-Star BBs, which are the tots. So I got her
something with the barcode. It was the closest barcode.
I got her for like $11, which was so awesome, and she is amazing quality, even better than your average OMG doll. She's got this awesome tinsel, and I really love her. She's definitely one of the coolest in my collection, and I thought it was so awesome that we got her for such a steal. So these are the Series 1 4-pack from Target. So they were re-released Series 1. Swag, Neonlicious, Lady Diva, and Royal B. They aren't any different than the original separately sold release. They have all the same things. They literally just stuck their trays inside a bigger box. Part of the appeal of them, as opposed to the more recent re-releases where they omitted some accessories. Anyways, my accessories! Yes, my accessories! So when they first came out with this pack, it was around like the holiday season of 2020. And I thought, oh, that's really cool if like you missed out on getting Series 1, because I thought it was a really nice idea, but for like $100 for the 4-pack, it just wasn't something that I wanted to spend money on. I'm cheap, okay? Like, I mean, if I really like something, I'm willing to fork over the money, but I'm more into the tots and the OMGs. It's like, I think July or June of 2021. And we had to go to Michael's. We go into Target, and we happened to catch a really awesome sale. There is one of these Series 1 packs left for 50% off. So I thought, ooh, that's fun. I get to see what they're all like, because I did really like this set. And I love getting dolls in packs. I'm a pack person, in case you can't tell. I don't really know who my favorite is. When they were in stores, I really liked Swag. I could tell from the artwork that she had these awesome micro braids, and I love micro braids. But then I really liked Neonlicious because she was advertised as the Glamper, which is one of the reasons I got into L.O.L. in the first place. I just fell in love with the Glamper. But then Royal B is one of the first OMG dolls I ever actually saw pictures of. A friend of mine had uploaded pictures to her Flickr, and I very vividly remember asking me, what the heck kind of doll is this? And I had never heard of OMGs at that point, and I thought she was really weird looking. But I absolutely love her afro hair, and I don't know if it's intentional or not, but she kind of reminds me of Scary Spice because she's got these like little knots on the top of her head like horns. And she's very glittery, and her factory earrings didn't fit in very well, so I made her these like clay bumblebees that are coated in UV resin. I know they're like really tacky, but it was so much fun to design them. And I ended up really loving Lady Diva in person. Once I opened her, I fell madly in love. So she reminds me of a combination of 1959 Barbie, like the original Barbie, and first edition Chloe from 2001, because she's got like the animal print that reminds me of Chloe, but then these poodle bangs and the style of her hair reminds me more of 1959 Barbie. I think she's awesome. I love them all. I really can't decide on a favorite.
I feel like some days for me it's Swag, because I like her green eyes and my groove braids. I don't know.
We have Missy Meow from the Winter Chill collection. So I really wanted her little sister Baby Cat, and I really loved this doll when I saw stock images of her. She's like a cat themed. She reminds me of Monster High Toralei, and I'm a sucker for cat themed anything. I'm a cat lady. I was hoping to get her, and I wanted to get her on sale, but my local Walmart, which is really the only store that I go to regularly in person because I kind of live in the middle of nowhere, didn't ever carry this wave of dolls. So the day I picked out this set at Target, I saw her for the first time in person, and I decided just to grab her because I didn't know if I'd see her again, and at the time she wasn't really on sales, even like through Amazon Warehouse. So I just bought her brand new, and I liked her enough where I don't mind. She's my only one I've actually paid full price for, so I can't really complain. She is one of the coolest designed OMGs in my opinion. I think she's even cooler in person than in pictures, and she was worth every penny. So then we have the Remix So Extra Tour Rocker Boy and Punk Girl dolls, and yes, they have homemade earrings. He's got little safety pins, and she has these little thank you charms. So I got them secondhand. I got them for $3 each at the local flea market. It was, I think, the September of 2021. It was the day my guinea pig Isla died. We decided to cheer ourselves up. We would go to the flea market rather than sit at home and mope around and feel bad. And I happened to get like some cool stuff that day, which was a very welcome distraction. I love this set. I wanted it when it first came out because this was the first OMG boy they produced. They've obviously made more sense, but I was very intrigued, and he kind of has this androgynous look with his long hair, and he's just so funny looking. I really wanted him. I wanted an OMG boy because I love male dolls. And then she's got this whole punky, like, very pretty and punk brats thing going on, which needless to say I love. And I had thought about getting them brand new, but I wanted to get them on sale, and I just happened to find them used first. And she's missing one shoe, and they don't have their guitars or anything, but for my purposes, you know, hey, it's great. $6 for the set. Can't complain. Oh, and then we have Remix Lone Star. If you watched my the Dolls review, Ideal Jody playsets, she made a cameo, and there was actually reference to the story behind her in that cameo. Lone Star has the coolest, most frustrating story of all my OMGs, and one of the coolest stories of all my dolls in general. When we were filming that Ideal Toys Jody playset review, it's like country themed, and I wanted to incorporate Colette, who we'll get to in a few minutes, Spicy Babe, into the skit, but I didn't have any Western themed clothes that would fit her. And OMG dolls are a really weird size. They're too big to fit Bratz clothes. Their hips are too big to even fit some Barbie clothes. And I remember that they made a cowgirl OMG, and I like OMG, so I thought if I can get like her on sale, that'd be cool because I'd get another OMG doll, and then I'd have a Western outfit I could regularly use on Colette because we do a lot of like Western themed filming. And I've never bought anything like just for filming before, so maybe this was my karma. So I ordered her on Amazon Warehouse for $16 something, and it said new but in damaged packaging. Now, I had never had a problem. I have ordered so many things Amazon Warehouse at this point. The only problem I had was someone who bought my Rock Angel Sasha first stole a couple of accessories out of the box. But, you know, it wasn't terrible. It was annoying, but I saved like $16 on her. I wasn't going to complain. So she comes in the mail. I'm really excited. I'm like, oh, we can finally film. We had to postpone filming the whole skit so Colette could have her darn outfit. I open it up, and as I'm pulling open the package, the whole dress doll rolls out. Right away, I knew that was a big no-no because these dolls only come partially dressed. I see that there's a loose hanger and a shoebox still. I glance in the shoebox. There's nothing in it. There's no spare outfit. She's supposed to come with a spare outfit. She didn't have her factory earrings. These are homemade ones. She didn't have her jewelry. She didn't have her little guitar. She didn't have any of that stuff. On top of that, her hair was messy and she looked dirty. So it was very apparent to me that someone presumably bought this for their child, let their kid play with it for a few hours, and then decided, oh, the kid's bored of it, I'm going to return it, but didn't bother to make sure all the pieces were there. I was upset. Okay, she was like $16. She was like a $5 thrift store doll at best.
Oh, yeah.
So Colleen is still at work, and I text her, and I'm like, oh, I'm really upset. And by the way, I'm super chill. Like, I handled the whole Sasha thing like it was no big deal, other than feeling a little violated that someone stole. I don't normally complain. Colleen had to call Amazon because it was a weird thing to explain in chat. So she's on the phone, and she's explaining what happened, and they're like, oh, well, you can give your partial refund, or you can send the doll back and get your full money. So the partial refund would have been what, like $2 off?
Like $1.
Like $1 off.
Something, not even $2.
So Colleen says, and bear in mind, she's like usually really polite to people.
I was like, no, this isn't gonna work. I said, she's worth like $5 at the thrift store. I'm just gonna have to send her back. So they said, okay, I'll give you the whole refund. And then I said, and then she's like, okay, is there anything else I help you with? I said, oh, what about all the information for sending it back? And she said something, oh no, I don't want to trouble you further or something.
So I had been packing her back in the box, feeling all bad for this poor Lone Star doll, and I had apologized.
And I felt bad because, the poor doll could hear our whole conversation.
I know, so I apologized to the doll. I'm like, I'm really sorry. It's not that I don't like you, it's just you're not worth $16.
No, and I didn't want to get completely taken advantage of. I mean, especially because we had just had that whole thing with Sasha happen too.
Yeah.
That was like, I hope this isn't going to be a trend, because if so, I'm not going to keep buying
It can't say, like, new, but in beat-up condition, and then have a very played with doll that's missing, like, 50% of her stuff. So we ended up getting to keep her for free. I'm very happy with Lone Star. She's super cute, and that is why we made that dialogue play out in the bloopers of that video, because that's actually true. Colleen said that she was like,
I was worth $5 at the thrift store, and then even Amazon warehouse didn't want Lone Star back.
I knew that if they sent her back, someone else would just be calling with the same complaint. So it saved her the trouble. She has her forever home, and we got Lone Star. And yeah, I'm kind of bummed she didn't have her extra stuff, but I have the cooler main outfit that Colette can wear, and she's darling. I love little cowgirls. This is Miss Royale. She is Royal Hiney and his Royal Hiney's big sister. They are some of my favorite tots ever. When I first started getting into L.O.Ls and I saw the series Two Boys and his Royal Hiney, like, I was dead set on having that doll, and I'm still like hoping to get him one day. I've even priced him out on eBay because I like him so much. It's just such a ridiculous, like, very Marie Antoinette vibe, and I knew I wanted the big sister. Like, when I found out they were making her, I was like, oh. So I got her on Amazon Warehouse for, I want to say, like $10 off or something. I think she was like 15-ish. And she actually came the same day that my Gloria playsets from the Dolls Review Gloria playsets video, when that showed up, she was actually there too. And you'll note that she's wearing these handmade earrings. It's because we had gotten a few different packages at the same time, and I had opened her up first. I guess I didn't check the tissue paper thoroughly enough, and somehow some of her stuff went missing. I do have her earrings, but I didn't realize it. Luckily, I found them later, but she's just wearing these because I made them, and they're little crowns, and she's awesome. She's got this really, like, woolly feeling hair. I don't know what fiber it is, but it doesn't feel like regular nylon or polypropylene. So then we have the Movie Magic Studios Agent Soul and Agent Glamour. Of course, I love me a good pack. The cool thing about this pack is it's not a family pack. They just, like, remade some of the old classic tots, introduced these new OMG characters. As soon as I saw promo pics for them online, it was love. I knew I absolutely had to get my hands on this pack, but I did not want to pay $130. Like, that's crazy. So I waited. Target marked them down to 100, and then they did a Target Circle offer for another 25% off. So then I ordered them online with the Target Circle offer, which is just like a free rewards program. It's not like the red card program. It's just you sign up and, like, put your email in. And I've saved some pretty good money on dolls that way. I love Agent Soul because she reminds me of Beyonce from the Austin Powers Goldmember movie, which I never watched Austin Powers movies or liked them, but I was obsessed with Beyonce when I was like 11, 12 because I thought she was like the most beautiful woman on the whole world. And anytime she'd be on TV, Dad knew how much I loved her. And he would, like, call me in the room when she was in that movie, and I sat there and watched all the scenes with Beyonce just to take in how beautiful she was and wish I could look like her. So, and I also used to go around trying to buy Barbies that looked like Beyonce. If you watch my Barbie collections, and you would know I had several named Beyonce. I think she's super awesome. She's got this beautiful golden afro. Oh, she's perfect. And then Agent Glamour over here reminds me of Marilyn Monroe, and she has this really cool, like, mermaidy looking outfit, which I adore. And this pretty makeup. And, you really like her sister.
Yeah, I do. It's weird. Her sister might be my favorite of that whole pack.
Colette, aka Spicy Babe, she's from the BFF series. I like these BFF lines because they remind me a lot of the Bratz Twins lines from back in the day. Of course, the dolls are sold separately, but they have like the naughty one that's really edgy styled, and then like the goody goody one. And of course, the two I had happen to be the naughty ones because that's what I prefer. She reminds me so much of Bratz World Twins Nevaeh. It's not even funny. I liked her right away when she came out in stores, and I stalked her hoping she'd go on sale. But there was just a lot of other things that I wanted, and I kind of it wasn't at the top of my priority list. So fast forward to this past fall in 2021, Colleen and I were talking about some things we wanted to film in the future, and we had been needing like a childhood Dracula, like a child version of Dracula for some of our scenarios that we were going to play out. We were talking about like how they don't have any Monster High boys that are really young, and I was like, well, L.O.L's kind of look a little bit like Monster High, and maybe they'll have something cool. Well, they didn't have a boy vampire, but I thought a Spicy Kid, and I wanted Spicy Kid. So I found this lot on Mercari that had Spicy Kid and Spicy Babe together. It was cheaper to buy them together than to buy just one of them by themselves. So Spicy Babe... Spice. She's Spicy Babe. Spice was just... like a bonus for me, and I liked her too. I had thought about buying her with her little auto shop in the past. Can't you tell I have a problem? So the dolls come and we open them up, and we're kind of goofing off. Colleen's practicing her kid Dracula voice, and I start making Spice talk back to him. And before you know it, this like weird personality where she's like this mob boss starts to come out. I liked her so much that we decided we'd use her as a character and like a family member of Dracula's in skits. So because we had so much fun with Spice, I said, well, I really wanted Spicy Babe anyways, so I looked her up and I got her for, I want to say like $10 off through the Amazon warehouse, and we had to wait to film our intro for this year's Christmas special for her. Colette is always making us wait. She's such a diva. Anyways, Colette's one of my favorite characters. Fun fact, we talk in her voice a lot to each other. Like, when we check inventories and stuff, I'll do it in Colette's voice. We have like jokes. Colleen will always ask me to say things in Colette's voice. So she's just like a lot of fun, and she reminds me of just the ridiculous childishness of enjoying dolls. Moonlight BB. Loved this doll. I actually liked her more than Colette when this wave of BFFs came out, because she reminds me of the Midnight Dance Bratz, which is one of my favorite lines of all time. I love like the really gothic looking dolls. I think she's actually inspired by the Addams Family. I was going to place an order for Lone Star, but I was a little bit shy for free shipping, and so I glanced around and I noticed that they had her for $10 through Amazon Warehouse, which is a really good discount. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy Moonlight BB since I want her anyways. And there was no problem with her. And she is one of the best quality dolls. She has like the beautiful lacy details and this beautiful lacy hat. But not least, we have my Series 2 4-pack from Target. So we have Miss Independent, Busy BB, Candylicious, and Alt Girl. But I had seen them come out with this pack this past fall, 2021, and I was hoping, I said to Colleen, well, I'm not going to buy it for full price or use any Target Circle offers towards it, because I'm hoping I'll get lucky and it'll be 50% off, because I'm greedy like that. That ended up being the case, but it wasn't by chance that we ended up at Target. I actually found some really mangy L.O.Ls and OMGs at the flea market that same Sunday on Memorial Day weekend, but they weren't in condition to buy it all. Like, they were missing hands and clothes, and it would have cost so much money just to get them parts that they would need to function. So we only bought a couple of the tots from that seller and like a Descendants doll. I was feeling all bad and sad and thinking of all of the poor OMG dolls in the world that are ruined like that, and I was like, Target was running sales on them this week. They keep emailing us. And we're on the Target website, and we see that this pack is still 50% off, but you can't order it online. You can only get it in stores. So we decided, okay, we'll spend the gas and go out and buy them in person. I don't do a lot of that anymore just because...
I actually called to make sure they were in stock.
Yeah. So I bought this set, and I also got a few other things if you want to see what I got that same day. It's in the haul video. I most wanted, when I bought the set, Busy BB. I really love her little like denim country girl vibe. She's super sweet, and she was one of the first OMG dolls like I noticed in stores. And of course Candylicious was also one of the first ones we both noticed because she's candy themed. And if you've ever looked at our doll photos or seen us get distracted during filming because the dolls have food out, we love doll food and like sweets themed things. So she was like a shoo-in. She was one of those characters that I always wanted. And I thought about buying the Candylicious family pack before.
I love the Candylicious family pack.
But it's the Bonbon family, sorry. These two were like the ones I noticed, but the other two I hadn't really spent a lot of time looking at. I love All Girl because she looks like a bumblebee, but she's got this really cool punky styling that I'm such a huge fan of. She's not wearing her little leathery dress because it just would not go on, and I didn't feel like making her bulky with all those layers. But Colleen likes Miss Independent the best because she thinks she looks like Pepsi.
She does. She got like such shiny blue hair. It looks like metallic Pepsi can.
So she
makes me
is
thirsty.
Miss Pepsi in our doll world. I hope you enjoyed meeting all my beautiful OMG dolls. If you want to see pictures of them or read more about them, feel free to check out my OMG album on Flickr. You don't need a Flickr to view it. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.